Fam, it's your sister Michelle here doing another video for you all. I just dropped one. I'm dropping another one. You know how I do. I love you all so much. I'm wishing you nothing but love and beautiful light on your beautiful journey. I love you so much. I think the world of you. And guess what? I always tell you this and I'm going to keep telling you. You deserve the best because you are the best. Don't forget that. No matter where you're at in this journey, remember who you are and believe and know that people love you and support you and they think the best of you because you are the best. In my eyes, at least. And your sister loves you so much. Mwah. Listen, this video right here is about karma once again. But let me say this. We talk about karma all the time with an art because that's the main thing a lot of us want to see is for them to drop in the pits of hell where they came from, their home, their domain, where they were birthed. We already know how I feel about that. YouTube, don't block me. But this video right here is about the new supply and how what they have done to you or allowed, like gone along with the narc, right? So many of them, the new supply goes along with it, or they know about you and they think it's funny, or they know about you, they don't think it's going to happen to them. The karma that finally comes full circle for the new supply. And they have to be careful how they treat you as well in the journey of dealing with the narcissist. Your ex-narc, or the one even maybe you wouldn't now, because you know they're always cheating and everything. But they have to be very careful how they interact with you and how they treat you most importantly too, because like I always said, karma works both ways. It works for me, you, and everybody. You put out bad, you get bad. You know how I feel about it. But the new supply sometimes, and I've noticed this with a lot of stories I hear on my comments, and also in my personal journey, I'm sure you already know, that my ex-narc's new supply went along with it. Thought it was funny. Thought she was not going to be the person. Told me out of her mouth, he'll never do me like he did you. No, he's not. He's going to do you worse. But anyway, and it's so true. They have to be very careful how they interact with you and how they treat you. See, the narcissist already got karma riding on their back. The new supply comes in, a lot of times, the ones that are toxic new supply and goes along with it. Not the ones that a lot of times don't know what's going on, like I didn't know what was going on. We come in blind and we just get done wrong by the bitch. But the ones who know, and so many times, like I said, I know that they're love bombs. We know that they've been lied to. So we give them 1% of a pass. Let's give them a moment of silence for that pass. There it is. And anyway, that's the silence, the only moment we're going to give their ass. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? They come into the situation and they don't really know. But even if you don't know about somebody else's situation, that's even more for a reason for you not to really speak on it, right? Don't you think that you shouldn't speak on it? Now, I know the narc is telling the new supply this and that about you, and the narcissist is explaining that you're the bad person in the scenario, and they can't see it like that. But unfortunately, for a lot of people, they don't make judgments of their own interaction. They go by someone else because the narcissist is making them think that they are such a wonderful person. We get it. We've been there. We've done it. But even though that might be the case, and it usually is, you still have to be careful how you treat the person that the narcissist discarded or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're the toxic individual, because you get bit in the ass tenfold. Story time. You know, I always tell you story times. When I get little stuff, I get story time. Now, you know my situation. And if you've gone to my other videos, you've seen little things I told you about the new supply, go through this and that. Well, just recently, you know, I have kids with the bastard. Yeah, I do. And I don't interact with anybody in the family. I told you I don't see people that much. I run into people here and there, right? Few and far between. So when I hear little things, you know what I'm saying, I'll be like, oh, okay, well, I know that was going to happen or whatever, right? It's just what it is. And I ran into someone that they knew a few days ago, fam, right? And they were saying to me, oh, have you spoke to your children's father? I said, I don't speak to him. You know how we're not on that accord, honey. I try to stay far away from him. I learned my lesson even, you know, after the discard. And I used to take my ass over there. I had to just finally say, hey, check this out. No, we're not going to do that. Unless it's about the babies, which we already know how he feels about that. So it really ain't no conversation. Okay? Well, anyway. So yes, if I had seen the rat. And I told him, no, I ain't seen this damn fucking water bug, right? So anyway, he goes on. He's not talking about just him. Like, you know, usually we just conversate. But of course it does come up because it seems like most time people tend to do that. But at the same time, he tells me that the new supply, that my ex-narc tried to sleep with her daughter. That's the dirtiest thing I've ever heard. And here's the thing about it. I guess she must still be there. I'm sure. I don't know. But the bottom line I'm trying to say in story time is it was worse. When she was laughing at me saying, he'll never do this. And I said, he'll do worse. He actually did. Now, even though me and her don't get along and I don't like her, I don't condone that behavior. You don't try to mess with anyone's children. That's the dirtiest thing you can do. But here's the thing about it. What you went along with in trying to destroy me along with this man it boomeranged back, but it's always worse. So I always tell people, if narcissists get worse, and if you do bad to them, your shit is worse than what they did to the last person. That's the worst thing you can do. And I'm telling you this story, like I always tell you little bits and pieces, to let you know karma is real. It's not delivered when you want to. And I think they've been together now for several years, probably 3 or 4 years, I guess, by now, whatever. But anyway, they've been together for years. Of course, I'm sure he's been doing a lot. He's not a good person. But this is the ultimate no-no. And see, a narcissist, when they get to the point they do that kind of thing, they're at the point where they don't want you to. Your discard is coming. You already know how that is. Because at this point, they're doing such things to you, they really don't give a fuck if you leave. Because they're strategic in their pain. Like we're strategic in doing good, they're strategic in hurting you. Trust me when I tell you that. And when the gentleman that I was talking to told me what happened, he was like, yeah, that happened. I was like, that's crazy. I guess she might, like I said, still be there, but, and I guess the woman was speaking to him or someone else. I didn't ask the real deep details of it, but the narcissist told her, I wouldn't ever try to sleep with your daughter if you had been acting more like I want you to act. Bingo, bango. Ain't that how they treat everybody? That's why I always tell you, a new supply is never better. Nobody could ever do enough for them. And they use that as an excuse to mistreat you when they know they don't even, they don't even want you anymore. Or they're trying to discard you, whatever the case may be. Narcissists never change. I gave you that story to let you know that too. They only get worse. That's the most awful thing I think I've ever heard him do. And probably others that I don't know about. But to me, that's the ultimate no-no for any human being. You don't mess with their children sexually or try to. Dirty, filthy, grimy, bottom of the barrel skunk. That's what he is. That's what I laid with. Didn't know it, but I did. And when you know better, you do better, right? But I'm just saying, never think that the narcissist new supply, like I always tell you, is going to get better than you, because they don't. And trust and believe, if they went along hurting you, the shit comes full circle. But like I said, there's some things, even if you don't deal with the narcissist new supply, y'all friends or not friends, I don't give a shit. There's certain things in this life that you just don't do, and that was one of them. And I'm sharing that. Maybe I shouldn't have shared it. It is kind of deep. But I just giving you an example because so many people talk about it to let you know how deep they will go. Hell, I've heard worse stories, of course. But the new supply can't go along with hurting you with the narcissist. Because they're going to get done wrong anyway, just like we do. It's inevitable. But do you really want to put extra icing on the fucking cake? On their case, extra doo-doo on the stank or stank on the doo-doo, whatever the hell you want to say. YouTube, don't block me. Listen to your sister. The new supply has to be careful how they treat you. They have to be careful too, just like the narcissist. I love you so much. What goes up must come down. What can I say? I love y'all, but make sure you're doing the right things so you can keep going up. And that's what I want for you. Love you. Mwah. Bye.